Introduce yourself.
Cash 101.
Yo, what's good?
No, it's Cash 102 now. I got my man in the building. He goes by the name of...
It's G-Ho. You know what I mean? It's good, y'all. It's good. I'm in the building. Thanks for having me. I mean, straight out of 1982, we got Tito, Born Fly.
Oh,
Bass.
man. Oh,
I
man.
do it all. I mean, I need a check, though, after this.
This guy's good. This guy's good. He knows what he's doing.
I do it in one take.
One take hold.
One take hold. What's good, y'all? But nah, seriously talking. Thanks for having me. It's been a long time coming, so I'm here.
Sorry, we ain't got everything properly precise,
Nah, it's all right.
but it's all good.
I'm here, though. That's all that matters.
So tell us what you're doing now.
No, let him introduce himself. This is the God.
Yo,
I had Don C's in the building. Now I got somebody else.
we got G-Ho, man, in the building. You know what I mean? G-Ho in the building, just chilling. What's up, y'all? What's going on? You know what I mean? Yeah. What's up? Talk to me.
So tell us what you're into now.
Right now, I'm into officiating basketball games, so aka like referee basketball games. I've been doing it for like the past 3 years. It's become like a little passion of mine. I've been doing trying to just give you a new perspective on basketball. You know what I mean? Like, you know me, basketball runs my life. I used to give buckets on people, so I mean, I ain't saying who, but I used to do my thing back in the day when I was a kid. I went to school to play ball. Didn't make it professionally, but you know what I mean. But I made it. You know what I mean. So I made it.
So tell us about your basketball background. Like how did you get your passion for basketball?
How I got my passion for basketball. I was born into it. Probably my mother.
Don't be shy, nigga.
Nah, probably like my mom's or I don't know if my mom's, my grandma, or my uncle. Those are the ones that really raised me. They the first one that probably gave me a basketball. So I've been into it since I was probably like 3 years old. So I remember living at my grandmother's house. I used to have a long hallway, so I used to act like I was dribbling down the court, scoring. You know what I mean? Just going up and down. But like, and then I used to watch NBA players, like, of course Michael Jordan, Larry Bird in the '80s, Magic Johnson. So it gave me a new perspective.
Who was your favorite player though, out of all of them?
Out of those three, I'm gonna say Mike, but people don't really know how I became a Knicks fan. So I really became a Knicks fan because if you don't know, my real name is Gerald. So there was a player on the Knicks. His name was Gerald Wilkins. So I'm like, I saw my name. So I'm like, I'm gonna be a Knicks fan. So that's how I became a Knicks fan. So if you don't know who Gerald Wilkins is, that's the brother of Dominique Wilkins.
That was his real brother too, right?
That was his real brother. Let's go. Yeah.
Now we talking basketball, man. Yo, you in the hot seat right now, brother.
That's right.
This my guy, and I'm here with my my partner in crime. You dig? But so you was kind of like born into being a Knicks fan, is what you're saying.
I was born into be a Knicks fan.
So you never was a Bulls fan.
Nah, I never was a Bulls fan, but Michael Jordan was my favorite player.
This nigga cheating. This nigga cheating.
Nah, Michael Jordan was my favorite player until he played the Knicks. But yeah.
So how do you? My fault.
Nick Killer, but.
So how do you feel about Reggie Miller though? Being that the Knicks and the Pacers are in a series, at that time, you didn't like Reggie Miller or Mark Jackson? Because Mark Jackson's from New York.
Nah, I fuck with Mark. Mark was a Knick. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Mark Jackson was a Knick twice.
But he's also like a New Yorker.
Right, he's from Queens, but I fuck with Mark. I like Reggie. He was like Reggie Miller, but I couldn't stand him when he played the Knicks. So, you know what I mean?
How did you feel about that choking?
At Hollywood,
Yeah, how did you feel?
to go back to that play, I thought it was a three pointer, but it was a 2. But when he did the choking shot, I was like, oh, this motherfucker got it down. This nigga.
Not in real life.
Not real life, but I mean, like he got to go. Like I mean, he disrespected us in the garden. So I mean, he got to go. So.
Did you feel like, even though Michael Jordan was an ultimate Nick killer, that Reggie Miller was like the second Nick killer to you guys? Because he would always, like, come and not, like, act.
Pause. He would always come. You know, Reggie Miller's.
Come to the garden, excuse me.
Reggie Miller's in that. No, in real life, he's a nasty dude.
Nah, but real talk. But Reggie might be one of the top 3
Nick killers.
Pause.
Nah, Reggie Miller might be one of the top 3 best shooting guard like in the league. You know what I mean? First is that boy Curry. You could throw Ray Allen in there, or you could throw Reggie next, or you could throw, you know what I mean?
Who was the first you said, Hov?
Curry, Steph Curry.
Oh yeah,
Steph Curry.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga, it's
Steph Curry
over.
was the greatest shooter of all
Oh shit,
time.
I almost slipped.
That's what I'm saying. You could throw Reggie, Ray, third. So it depends.
Steph Curry, I think Reggie Miller was clutch. Ray Allen was clutch. Steph Curry is a little bit more disrespectful with his clutchness, if that makes sense.
Nah, I
Like he's like he'll throw that shit up and that shit just go in.
But I think this is why you gotta give Steph respect because he does it off the dribble. You know what I mean? So
That is true.
That is true. And then like his dad is Dell. If you know about Dell Curry, you know, he was a shooter as well. But
And he played for Charlotte.
He played for Charlotte, Toronto. I don't know the other team, but his dad was a lethal shooter, and you know Steph just elevated, took it to the next level. But Steph's range, like Steph, you have to guard Steph at half court.
You have to.
I mean, because he has unlimited range. So, but and plus he do it on the dribble. He got better with his handle. He never really had a handle. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching him at Davidson. I became a real good fan of his when he dropped 40 on Duke when he was at Davidson.
Oh yeah,
that was nasty. So I said, oh.
And guess who wasn't there?
He was gonna be the
Guess who wasn't present at that game?
Kyrie.
Kyrie
was.
Nah, I fuck with Kyrie though.
I fuck with Kyrie.
So with you having a love for basketball, that being in your blood, how do you feel about the current series between with the Knicks?
The Knicks and Pacers.
Knicks and Pacers.
They gonna lose tomorrow?
Nah, the Knicks is not losing tomorrow. I feel the first game, the Knicks should have had the first game. I think that turned the series around. What happened with the Knicks? But they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on that, and then if you really looked at it, it was a high-scoring game. So I remember the score was like 138 to 135. So it was a high-scoring game. Usually the Knicks don't score that high. You know what I mean? Because it's been in overtime. But they still had a chance to win. Me personally, when the Knicks was up 3 and they had to foul, I don't like that, just fouling, because it's not guaranteed that you're going to make your free throws at the other end. So it's best to just play solid defense. If he makes it, he makes it. If he misses, he misses. So that's how I feel about it.
That shit sound like Rocky Ford, nigga. Like if he dies, he dies.
He dies.
How do you feel about Jalen Brunson?
Oh my God, that's a straight up question.
Jalen Brunson, I think Jalen Brunson's saved New York.
He ain't lying.
Jalen Brunson saved New York. I always been a big Jalen Brunson fan. He was at Villanova. He had his little run when he was on Dallas, but he came out his shell when he signed with the Knicks, and then he's a dog. When he first got there, it was he was just finding his role. But I think with Julius Randle got hurt.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm gonna cut you off. Do you think that Rick Brunson being on the staff had anything to do with Jalen Brunson's
decision?
Attitude?
The attitude?
Yeah, he's there. He's working.
But that's
his son.
That's his pop. So
what are you telling him? You smacking him? Get out there, nigga.
Nah, but you got to understand from my father want to see his son do well. So and his dad has like a front row seat of seeing his son being successful, leading the franchise, taking the franchise on his back. Like I said, they 6 wins away from a championship. So they like I said, they almost did it. But
good luck.
But to be honest, if you really look at Jalen Brunson's career from Villanova to the Knicks, he's a true leader. He wants that pressure, and you can see it.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
He's a dog. He's a dog that definitely could lead by example, and he wants that pressure on him. So I think he's on his way to getting a championship. 6 more wins.
Do you think Big Cat revitalized his career, so to speak, by being traded to the Knicks and them having this run that they're currently having right now?
It's a good question. So sometimes I'm hot and cold with Cat, only because
that's what she said.
Because he has potential to be one of the most dominant big men, but his foul troubles keep him off the court.
And not to talk
so
over
yeah, silly fouls and stuff like that.
Rick Carlisle, I think he recognizes that, and I think they target him because of those dumb fouls.
Right, but it's just sometimes you just do stupid stuff why would you do that? Like you're more important on the court than off the court. So
they said he has nice toes for a big guy.
Of course. Yeah, exactly on that.
Nobody look at
all right.
my toes.
No. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying that's what they said. They said he's soft-footed. He's gentle. He's a gentle giant.
He's zesty too.
No. I mean, sometimes.
Nah, but I was on Instagram.
Do you feel like he's not as a go hard as a center or a forward versus those who have played before, such as Ewing and Oakley and
rest in peace, Anthony Mason. Anthony Mason would have gave. That's a tough one to think about because he big though. He bigger.
Nah, but
my fault.
Now to answer your question, I think Ewing was a great player. One of the Knicks. He's a Hall of Famer.
That's a fact.
Top 75 player.
That's a fact.
So you can't compare what Ewing did to Cat did. I mean, not as yet, but Cat. I think Cat been in the league for almost 10 years now. The only thing about with Cat and Ewing is that Cat could shoot a 3. You know what I mean? I think he said he's one of the best shooting big man balls. But Ewing was just more mid-range, going to the hole, stuff like that. So.
Do you think that's the evolution of basketball as far as big men shooting the 3?
Yes, it changed the game. Yes, it changed the game. There's pause. There's no more inside. There's no more post moves for a big man nowadays. So everybody just shooting 3s now. it's not good for basketball. It's kind of boring, to be honest, because like
But didn't Kevin Garnett start shooting threes though, G?
Kevin Garnett,
Yes.
he probably shoot a three, but he wasn't going behind the line.
He wasn't
He
trying.
wasn't he was as fluent.
Nah, man, he wasn't going behind the line. Like you see, Cat get across half court, he's trying to pull from the logo. Look, mate. So you got Jokic shooting threes.
Oh.
You got I'll give you another prime example. Brooke Lopez is shooting from three. And like it's bad because you can't teach height. At the end of the day, so why you shoot all the way out there when you could go inside and you know what I mean, your height and use your height. You know what I mean? God gave you this height, you might as well use it. You know, and then you can't teach height. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
as
you
your
gotta use that to your advantage, not your disadvantage.
So as your evolution as a coach, a referee, how do you feel like watching these games? Like, what's your perspective of it? As you looking at it as a referee, or you looking
G
at it
Hove in the building.
as a fan?
I got my guys.
Or
I'm
like,
sorry. That's an ad.
As just like a aficionado of basketball, like basketball has been in your blood for so long.
Mhm.
Like, how do you see it when you're watching the playoffs currently?
Sometimes I be